Disney vacations, all-inclusive resorts, cruises and family trips to Idaho. Travel to your favorite place and have a celebration. Sandpiper Vacations.
Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacation Studio. Welcome to Parents' Night Out with no new friends. The comedy break every parent deserves. This is the podcast where parenting meets pure, unfiltered fun. Real, raw hilarity. It's your night out without the kids, where nothing is off limits. And we say what everybody else is thinking. Whether you're a parent or just need a good laugh, we've got the adult humor you crave. So kick back, relax, and get ready to let loose with us. This is Parents' Night Out with no new friends.
Tuck your kids into bed, pay the babysitter a little bit extra. It's time for Parents' Night Out with No New Friends. There are so many ways to connect with us right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise. Also, join our clubhouse. For as low as $2 a month, you can get all sorts of exclusive prizes, early release episodes. You're the first to hear it. Also, check out our really sweet merch, which I think I already said. We are recording live right now on the YouTube for everybody to see every Monday night at 8 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, my talented cast of characters, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
You're the loser. You're the sucker.
Our Jewish American princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional sport gay, Nick.
It's a me. I'm a gay.
The wise man, Darren.com.
Howdy.
And our producer, Alex.
If not now, when?
So what is going on, guys? How's everybody's week? Mine is fantastic.
I sense some sarcasm there.
Lot of sarcasm.
I mean, it's only Monday, so the week's starting out good, I guess.
Well, I guess how is everything since the last time we all spoke?
Not great.
Not great. You know, it's the morning after the election. This is how smart my 12-year-old is. She goes, I cannot believe we elected a Thanksgiving turkey as president.
I would have voted for that.
Right. Let's make America tasty again.
All right, Hannibal Lecter, 2024.
So yeah, it was not the greatest of weeks, depending on where you sit, but we move on. We're not a political show, nor do I want to alienate 57% of the audience. So we move along. So
just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming for sure, Nick. So anyway, last week we kind of teased about something, and I wanted to kind of dial into everybody's parenting style a little bit. And we've got Darren here, who's, my son. So we can get some insight firsthand, but I wanted to talk about helicopter parenting. I know without a shadow of a doubt that at least one of us on this podcast is a helicopter parent. Chris, 1,000% is a helicopter parent. Nick, what do you think?
I mean, I thought you were going to talk about the video. Did my video surface of me doing the helicopter? The one when I was doing the helicopters on a Carnival cruise ship balcony? Is that what we're talking about?
No, not quite.
That's a helicopter daddy.
Okay.
Not a helicopter parent.
I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't know what this means.
They hover. They hover over the kid, not letting the kid really explore the boundaries on their own. That just very protective, have the bubble wrap everywhere.
Oh yeah, Chris definitely is. Yeah.
Sarah, what do you think? Is Chris a helicopter parent?
I think that any parent to a child under the age of how old is she? 5 months?
6 months.
6
A
months.
couple days. Yeah.
So, I mean, I would think that any parent would be a helicopter parent at that age.
But I think it's going to continue through high school.
Okay.
Chris.
So let me elaborate.
Please.
I am a helicopter parent.
100%.
If the helicopter is the one that Kobe Bryant rode on. I am probably
Oh snap!
I am the least helicopter-y parent ever. And you know what's funny is before the baby, me and Emily had this discussion. It's like, who is going to be the one that's going to be anxious all the time and this and that? It's Emily. Emily is the Apache helicopter parent, not even helicopter. She's like Marine One, like carrying the president helicopter. Like, for instance, actually, this just happened tonight, which is really funny. So we were at her parents' house for dinner, and Ellie was getting tired. So Emily's mom was like, "Hey, you want me to just lay down with her in the bedroom, see if she'll go to sleep?" I'm like, yeah, sure. So he just takes her in there, and then Emily's mom walks out, and she goes, "Oh yeah, she's asleep on the bed. You know, I got pillows on both sides, so she can't roll." And Emily was in there watching her to make sure that she wasn't going to roll over the pillow onto the floor, or that she was continuing to breathe. I think she was counting her breaths like our Nanit usually does. I was just eating some steak dinner, enjoying myself. Drinking
over top of her, probably with like the sausage like dripping on her face.
My daughter had her first ribeye today. No, I almost questioned my parenting. I almost questioned me being a parent at all when I just the amount that I just don't care about stuff that I shouldn't care about. And I think it's for so long I haven't been on anxiety medicine, and I'm so used to overthinking and caring about things that I shouldn't, that when the baby came into our lives, like it was a surprise. Like when we had the baby, it's like I'm like questioning, like, do I have any humanity left? Where is my emotions? And like I went to see my my psychiatrist, and she like looked at me, she's like, how are things with the baby? You know, how are you doing with that? I was like, honestly, I feel less anxious after the baby, which just makes me think that maybe Zoloft doesn't help with anxiety. It just dehumanizes you and desensitizes you. Which I think might be.
It's like it helps with everything else around you, but not your actual self.
Oh yeah, I am now like the Grinch. So yeah, no, I am the least. People are saying I'm the least helicopter parent of all time.
I call BS on all of this because Chris, you have a device that keeps you up at night monitoring if the baby is breathing and on the correct side of the bed and how many beats per minute.
I let that machine do the worrying for me. Right?
Yeah, but how many sleepless nights did you have because maybe the batteries ran out?
There's no batteries. I even hooked that thing up to a backup battery unit, Scott. I've thought of everything. So I don't think I'm a helicopter parent. I think I'm a tank parent, right? I come in from the ground, right? I'm not hovering over. I come in from the ground.
We're not talking about sizes. We're talking about styles.
I start waging war with the tank. I start waging war against any potential anxieties that I might have, right? So I'm buying the backup unit. I bought a generator. It was $750. On Amazon. I'm still paying it off. And I bought a generator to power the router, the Wi-Fi router, and the camera. So if the power goes out, first of all, I also set an alarm on my phone that if the Wi-Fi gets disconnected, it will call Emily. So Wi-Fi gets disconnected from my phone. It triggers a chain reaction to call Emily. It wakes her up. So I don't have to deal with the baby, but it will wake her up just to let her know that, hey, the baby monitor might have stopped. Go check on it. Yeah. So I'm a very tactical approach with the baby. It's like, I think 2 steps ahead. And I wage war against overthinking. So I don't have to overthink. I underthink, right? I underthink.
Gotcha.
But it's kind of crazy how I told a story last week about how I was opening Garbage Pail Kids, and on the other side of the couch was my 5-month-old baby hanging out by herself, and then you thought I was a helicopter parent.
Well, okay. In all peeling back behind the curtain,
I can't even fit in a helicopter.
I had this topic picked out before you told the barrel roll off the couch story.
Okay.
And I was convinced that you were a helicopter parent.
Yeah. No, actually, and you know what? you knew me before my anxiety medicine. Very, very good guess that it would be me to be the helicopter parent. But no, I'm very like, Emily gets mad at me because of how much I just let my daughter cry and whine just for like a couple minutes, not like 10 minutes or 20 minutes at a time. I think it builds character.
Yeah, it soothes them to sleep. It's fine.
I looked it up. I ChatGPT'd it. ChatGPT has never been wrong.
Yeah, never.
They're about ChatGPT is about it's like the new it's the new Google. You just ask it a question.
It is the new Google,
right? So so I ChatGPT'd. I ChatGPT everything. It's probably why I have a catalog of ChatGPT answers about parenting. It's probably why I'm like an AI parent.
Okay. No. All right. Our next contestant on Are You a Helicopter Parent? Sarah, let's go to you. So my guess for you is you are the exact middle of a helicopter parent because you're the girl's best friend.
Yes, I would actually say exactly that. I was trying to think back and forth, but I would say I'm probably right down the middle because I want them to go out and do their thing. And like, I'm really I don't filter myself very much. And we let them learn all about the world and figure things out on their own. But I mean, if they're not right next to me and I'm looking around, I'm freaking out,
Yeah,
for sure.
Nailed it. Okay. Now, Nick is on the other extreme and is not a helicopter parent at all.
How so? How do you feel?
Because you let Piper be Piper and kind of wander a bit and explore her surroundings.
Mm-hmm. Which is surprising because we had the outlet. I think it was called the outlet. It's kind of the same thing that Chris had when Piper was a baby, where we were watching the heartbeat and everything. It wasn't as technology advances. You guys have it nowadays, I guess. It's only been 7 years, so a lot's changed. We did all that for a while.
We just tied 2 strings together or 2 cups together with a string. That's all we did.
You're like, we can hear it. You don't need a baby monitor.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Darren. He didn't even need to do that for you, right?
What's a baby monitor?
I had to rely on the Archangel Michael to tell me what was going on with little baby Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was going to be that way. And I think, like Chris said, with medication, I felt like changed me in a way that I'm like, everything's going to be fine. Like I remember her climbing up a ladder when she was 10 months old. And like, that was before she could walk. She's climbing up a ladder and she's at the top. And what do? I don't grab her. I grab my phone to take a picture. And then I take this really cute picture. And then I'm like, okay, now let's get down just to be safe. So, yeah, we've kind of let her just wander on her own and explore. And I think she's a very comfortable person because of that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Any guesses on me?
Ooh.
I think you forgot you had kids.
Darren, you can't get. You got to go last.
Okay. Heard.
I think that you lean towards helicopter. I think that you lean towards helicopter, but you're reluctant to do so. You don't want to be a helicopter parent, but something deep inside you makes you be a helicopter parent.
Okay. Sarah, do you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts?
I agree, but I think you're probably more helicopter parent to the girls.
Interesting. All right, Nick?
Yeah, I feel like with the first one, probably not. The second child, maybe a little bit more. And I feel like the third one was like, I got this parenting thing down now. So it's like, I need to fix what I might have not done right with Darren.
All right, Darren, what are your thoughts? Am I a helicopter parent or no?
Well, first off, hi, I'm Darren. I've never been on this podcast before, so nobody knows who I am. Yeah.
That's true. You've never been on Parents Night Out. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Darren's
thanks.
my son, everybody.
You have a son?
I thought you were a girl
no
dad.
idea. I had no idea.
We almost called this show Girl Dad too.
Well, since he forgot about me until I turned 21 years old.
Oh my God.
He was not a helicopter parent for me at all. I ran the streets when I was in high school. Abby doesn't get away with anything. He's very much a helicopter parent with Abby.
Okay.
Like,
Continue.
no, I lost the thought.
What is going on downstairs?
Pause for dramatic
okay,
effect.
I wasn't going to talk about this tonight, but what a perfect opportunity. So we had to put one of my dogs down. Okay. And it was very sad. It was awful. I don't want to talk a bunch about it, but the one regret that I have in this process of putting the dog down is that I didn't let the other dog see what we were doing so that I could be like, hey, you're next. Keep it up, motherfuckers. But no,
the company actually offered a 2-for-1 special. You turned it down.
Yeah, we put one on layaway.
Put the dog down. You're usually used to laying the pipe down on them. Just take the pipe out of the situation. It's kind of sad.
So, okay. So here's my thoughts on my style of parenting. Okay. I think for Darren, I was very helicopter. I didn't let him do anything outside of the bubble wrap. I was very, very protective.
Darren, what age did that start? Because you didn't change his diaper till he was like 6.
That's true. Michaela, she does whatever she wants. I forgot
about Michaela.
She's the middle child. Everybody forgets about the middle child. And then Abby, I don't know. Abby, am I a helicopter parent? Oh, she said yes. So I guess I'm a helicopter
That was a very
parent.
quick yes.
That was a very quick yes. Yeah, but she went off and did Halloween by herself. I let her watch movies with schlongs in them.
Oh my God.
She's 21.
I'm not overly like protective.
You have to get more involved with Abby than you did when I was her age / into high school.
Oh yeah, you were your mother's problem. I was just,
Yeah, my mother was like a whole state away. So
Darren, tell us how you really feel. Just let it all out. This is therapy.
Not yet. I'm not. I'm like only a half a cannon.
All right, so there you have it. Chris is not a helicopter parent. Sarah's in the middle of being a helicopter parent. Nick is kind of, but kind of not. And apparently I am. So there you have it. Speaking of being very protective of one's children and all that, I'm happy to say that Chris has gotten rid of his ants. All the ants are gone.
Yeah, so I haven't talked about this for about a year now. The ants have retreated. They did make one final push a couple weeks ago, and we took them out swiftly. We killed
a bunch
them
of
like
suckers and losers,
like a dog. So, oh my gosh. I hope you didn't think I meant. I hope you didn't think I meant it.
You're good. You're fine.
It was a quote. Did you ever see the video of Obama talking about killing the terrorist, and then Trump killing the terrorist? And then Obama's like, "We have terminated Osama bin Laden," and then Trump's like, "We killed him like a dog." That's what I what I was meant. And then as soon as I said it, I was like, "Oh my God! I hope you didn't think that was a joke directed at you." Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Alex, cut that.
Okay. Wow. Never accidentally made a really offensive joke like that before. Well, probably once or twice. But anyway, so
I do it every day.
Per episode.
Wow. So one final push by the ants. They're done. They called in reinforcements.
Oh,
apparently, we have allies. We have allies, across around the world. We have Canada. We have Israel. We have England. Well, the ants apparently have Fleas as an ally.
Goodness. You know who doesn't have fleas? My dead dog.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
That's fact checked. It's true, actually. True.
Those things were incinerated right off. That's how you get rid of fleas, Chris.
I'm writing all this down, actually.
Listen, now I'm starting to get offended, okay?
Yeah, so I never saw a flea in my life. Still haven't, actually, but I'll explain that later. We were out a couple weeks ago, And we get a text from the groomer that we take our dog to because we don't have a mobile groomer. We're not flush like that, like Scott. So we had to take our dog to the groomer.
I just got a 25% discount from my groomer.
Oh, God. And the dogs are pissed too.
So I got a text from the groomer that she found a couple of fleas on our dog, and Emily starts freaking out immediately. I didn't. We were actually full transparency. We're at a flea market. I'm looking at Pokemon cards, so I could care less. I got the baby in one arm now because Emily's texting ferociously, and I got the baby in one hand. I got like Pikachu's in the other. So I'm looking through the cards. She's talking about fleas. I don't know what fleas do. I just know that they exist in life. I have no idea what kind of business they do. I don't know what kind of things they do. So anyway, Emily's freaking out. She comes home, incinerates the house of the fleas, eviscerates the house of the fleas. I don't know why my mind went there. So Scott's planting all these horrible seeds. So we're good. The fleas are gone. There's no longer on my dog. She's got a buzz cut now. And
thank you for your service.
Until a few days ago. So I did actually give her a buzz cut because we took her to IHOP today to get a free meal. I walked into IHOP today and I said, "You're doing the free meal for veterans, right?" Yeah. When did you serve? I said, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. For prestige. So anyway, the other day I'm out to dinner with King Mike X, and Emily texts me and says, "Need your help." It's at 7:30 at night. I'm like, "Can't really help you eating this burger and drinking this beer, but what do you need?" And so when I came home, I helped her clean the whole living room. She found a flea. And I just don't understand the overreaction of the fleas. I don't get it. I still haven't seen one, so I don't even know if these things exist. I've learned to coexist with ants. I don't see why I can't learn to coexist with fleas.
They are so annoying. They will eat the shit out of your ankle. They are so hard to get rid of.
Okay.
And then you're a hairy guy, Chris, so...
Yeah. I'm shocked that this is the first time that you personally have had fleas.
But think about it. So, okay, worst case scenario, the fleas are here. Oh, the fleas are in the house. They've infested. There's thousands of them. They bite your ankles. That's it.
Well, they can create like Lyme disease, I think.
No, I think that's a
but think about
liberal propaganda.
Oh, that is
ticks. Think about what they'll
ticks.
do to the baby. They might just bite your ankle, but her ankle is like this big.
Should ever remember it.
But in all seriousness, your dog could ingest this, and then it becomes like a tapeworm or something.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works.
That's exactly how it works.
So tapeworms are from fleas.
There's a type of worm that is the flea that has evolved. The flea evolves into a worm of some sort.
Chris, take it from him. He's got a dead dog.
That's true.
So I need to fact check this. I just asked ChatGPT what the % chance is that my dog digests a flea and it turns into a tapeworm. Likelihood is relatively high. Oh,
thank you.
Wow.
There you go.
However, the exact percentage chance varies based on factors whether the flea actually contains the tapeworm larva and the overall health of your dog. So I don't have any problems there. She's relatively healthy.
Okay, so is Donald Trump.
She does drink a lot of Diet Coke, so maybe so.
Speaking of which, is it just me or is anybody else praying for a heart attack before Inauguration Day? Just putting that out there.
I mean, I'm praying for anything.
Like for you to have a heart attack?
I'm a Canadian citizen.
That's true.
It'll be fine.
I'm just glad my sewer sale did not go through, Scott. Which I don't know if you talked about on the podcast, so we should probably cut that. Anyway, the fleas are here. I said I'm just glad that my sewer sale didn't go through. That was my big ticket on my ballot.
We'll get there. Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah. Guess who won't? American Water. Never get here. So anyway, Yeah, so like, okay, big whoop. The fleas come, they bite my ankle a couple times. I'm not too worried. Bring on the fleas. But they actually probably won't care because we gassed the whole house. The whole house is gassed. Completely just
I don't know that you can say that on this podcast. It's 2024. You can't talk about gassing anything.
I feel like anything is
Hello?
I feel like we're allowed to say anything at this point now that after the election. So
we exterminated.
Nothing's offensive
Well,
anymore.
Sarah, please help Chris with appropriate words that he can use in this scenario.
Oh, it's 2024. Everything's offensive.
No, that's
He said goodbye to the bugs peacefully and asked them nicely to leave his house.
they have parted ways with me indefinitely.
There you go.
So speaking of bugs, guys, killing bugs, extermination of bugs. So weird thing happened the other day. Emily sprayed for the ants, so she killed them. She sprayed around the house. This, I don't know, insecticide. But anyway, so the next day she goes out and there's thousands of dead bugs, rest in peace. One of those dead bugs was a black widow spider. Do you guys know what that is?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Black Widow. And so instantly, it was dead. So I instantly picked it up and put its fangs on me, trying to get powers. So so Emily puts it in a little jar and she texts me. She's like, "Oh my gosh, it's a Black Widow." That's not a Black Widow. Stop. And it is. It's in fact a Black Widow. It has the red hourglass and everything.
Why did you put it in a jar? Science experiments?
I think yeah. So it gets weirder. So the glass jar is like the least weird part of the story, actually.
Wow.
So she puts it in a glass jar with the lid on it. And
Did you name it?
Of course not. Her name was Bernice. So Bernice is in this jar now. And a day goes by. It's actually 36 hours at least a day and a half.
You know how you get ants? Leave a dead insect around.
Oh, yeah. That's probably why we have so many ants. We killed all the things that eat them. So I got to get an aardvark or something. So, no, actually, it's not an aardvark. It's an anteater.
Yeah,
I don't get this mixed up. It's literally called an anteater.
Right. Like
Wait,
Chris
is
is
an
called a
anteater an
pizza
aardvark?
eater.
No, they're two different things.
Okay. Both start with A's. I don't see color, so it's very hard for me to differentiate between anteaters and aardvarks. So anyway, Black Widow is in a very small jar. Not a lot of oxygen in there for this dead Black Widow. I come downstairs the next morning and I'm like, wait a second. Toy Story could be real. Like you wake up and like the toys in a different thing. I wake up and this dead spider is now in a different position.
Oh.
Right. So I'm like, it's an inanimate object. Now it's coming to life. So I start shaking it. It starts walking around.
Oh.
So now, first of all, how is it breathing in there? Do spiders breathe? I assume they breathe. So how is it breathing in this little jar that's airtight? So now I start to feel bad. Because now we tried to kill this thing with the insecticide. It has survived. I feel like I owe it another chance at life.
Do you know why the insecticide didn't kill it?
No.
Because a spider is an arachnid. You have to use arachnicide.
No.
Oh. No, ChatGPT said that's bullshit, Scott. I just looked it up. So naturally, I was like, I can't let this thing out my house. Usually if I catch a spider inside, I throw it out the door. But now this thing could kill my dog. Right? Oh gosh, I keep bringing this up. But anyway, so and you know what that's like, Scott. We can't have that happen. So I literally put the Black Widow, Bernice, in my passenger seat and I drove it down the street to the forest and I take the lid off and I dump it. And at first it didn't go out. So I shook it. Right. And totally lost the spider. And for like 5 seconds, I was freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, is it on me? Kind of wondering what it would be like to be bit by one. But at the same time thinking I do have a daughter now and I do owe her a more honorable death. So I did watch it. I supervised it crawl into the forest. But yeah, so I don't
Eaten
know
by
if
a
there's
bird.
anybody else on this earth that caught a venomous, potentially fatal spider and then just released it. I said to my mom, I was like, why didn't you just kill it? It didn't choose to be venomous. It was born that way. And I felt like Lady Gaga as I was blasting Born This Way as I went down the street to release this spider. So if I did do that now, it would have been illegal because catch and release is now illegal. It's very funny. But anyway, yeah. So there's a deadly black widow spider somewhere down the street now, though. That's my neighbor's problem. But it's not dead.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Speaking of making, was that it?
Wow.
No, sorry. I was going to transition.
Was it entertaining enough for you?
He knocked on my door the next day, actually. And he came back.
So
there's been this kid swinging around shooting webs out of his wrist the past few days. Sure, it's totally unrelated though.
So do you still have fleas?
I don't think so. I put a light bulb out and there's none under the light bulb.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I just looked it up. ChatGPT said I put a light bulb out in the middle of the room.
Just a random light bulb.
Yeah.
Like, do you have
they
to
said it'll like
turn the light bulb on, or you just set the light bulb?
I just figure like if that's actually a good question. I probably should plug it in, huh?
Or maybe you're supposed to stand there like one leg in the air and hold it up with your right hand, but face into the north. I think that's how it works.
Yeah. I'll try that tonight. After we get off, I'll try that for a few hours. No, I just assumed that I came downstairs and they were doing like a cult ritual, holding hands, skipping around the light bulb that like that's how they would be. Like, yeah, you definitely have fleas if that happens.
Oh boy! So speaking of that's your neighbor's problem. So there was a major vote in your community, Chris. This election term, like it was a presidential election. Very important things on the ballot. The presidential election, yes. Which, by the way, one of my conservative friends put on Facebook, like after he hired his the Secretary of State or the chief of staff, and it's a woman. It's like, oh, look, glass roofs being busted and all that. And I'm like, that's like saying I'm not racist. I voted for Obama. Like, come on. Anyway, so but there was a lot of major things on your ballot, as were ours, but yours probably had the biggest. So you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, I mean, the stuff on your ballot wasn't nearly as important as mine. I know you had something like, I don't know, abortion or something. I don't know.
Legalization of marijuana.
Yeah, marijuana as well. Yeah. Congratulations on that. I'm sure that passed with flying colors.
It did not.
It did not.
No.
Nope.
Failed.
Even though it had the majority vote. It had the majority vote. Failed.
But don't worry, we can hunt any game and fish in the state of Florida.
Oh,
Yes,
perfect.
Yes, we can.
We can hunt and gather some mushrooms. But anyway, so on my ballot, there was the sale for the sewer utility, which, 10 years ago, I'd be like, that's the dumbest thing. I'd be laughing at my parents for supporting, thinking that was that big of a deal. I have a house now. I pay a sewer utility bill. How much is it? I have no idea. It comes out of my checking account. It comes out of something every quarter. But I read on Facebook, which is 100% reliable all of the time, that if the sewer utility was sold, our rates would go up exponentially. And the main reason why I voted against the sale of the sewer utility is because the township told me to vote yes, like for the sale.
Okay.
And I don't know, something's a little fishy about it. Like, imagine the government texting you and be like, make sure you vote for this.
Yep.
When the government's telling me to do something, I usually do the opposite.
Yeah.
Right?
I
These
got
are
a
the same people
conservative newsletter of like what to vote for. So I voted for all the opposite.
My general rule of thumb is the people that charge me taxes on everything, I usually decide against what they tell me to do, especially when they tax me on those things and then I never get anything in return for them. So anyway, I got the big pitch a couple days before the election from the township. They sent out a piece of paper to everybody, which is probably a tax write-off. So they're pretty scummy of them. I probably paid for that to be paid. That to be.
They didn't text you. They didn't text you a million times like they rest of.
Oh my God.
They did. They texted me a million times, and then they sent a letter in the mail just in case I didn't get the text.
I miss those texts. Those are the only texts I get in a day. So I'm feeling very alone right now. Normally I would snuggle up to Brantley, but he's not here anymore.
So,
Oh my God.
is that the dog that you just put down?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Sorry to clarify. The letter, their big push, their big pitch. They said, here's all the reasons you should vote against the sale. I would vote for the sale of the sewer. 365 day a year sewage cleanouts if your sewage gets blocked, which is something the township already offers. Okay. So that was the first thing. The second thing was it will get the township out of debt. I didn't put you in debt. Like, why would I vote? Okay. I go to the polling station and I see, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this would be so great if the township could get out of debt. Like, what? I have no problem with already on one of the highest property taxes in the country. Let's get this township out of debt. Let's get the.
So
I'm sure they accidentally spent the money.
Can we just go on a ballot ourselves and be like, I need out of debt? Like, can you guys vote for it? Can I do that now too?
Darren, I'll nominate you if you'd like.
I don't think
The third thing, potentially lowering or freezing property taxes. I was like, that's the most bullshit thing ever. Potentially lowering or freezing property taxes. Okay. So it was a big no from me, dog. And it was a big no from an overwhelming 75% of the population as well. I am hearing whispers that they're still going to sell it anyway. And that was just kind of like a public approval type thing. So we will touch base on that when that happens. But
do you know what you guys didn't vote for this time?
What?
The fact that my rights are probably gonna be taken away. So you know what? I'm gonna just enjoy it while I can. Move. I'm gay.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
I don't know if we can play that song anymore.
I think we can until January 20th. I think is when the transition, which apparently
they don't call it transitioning anymore.
Yeah, you can only do that in elementary schools. I think is what he said.
No, you send your kids to school, they come back mutilated.
Yeah. I'm like, I just want my child to read right now. But I just want you to move because I'm done talking about politics and you're voting. So let's talk about me being gay and a cheer coach.
Yes. So how is the cheer coaching going?
You haven't asked. So thank you for asking. Because it's going good. We had our very first official competition. So last week I talked about it. We had an expo the week before. We did amazing. We had our first competition. We got 8th place.
Oh, nice job. Out of 8.
Okay. That's my favorite number.
So yeah, we did really. I think we did good. I mean, it's first and second graders, and getting their attention for 3 minutes it's very difficult.
Well, 7 other teams had their attention just fine.
Yeah, we had good scores. It might be a homophobic thing. Maybe they saw a male coach and they're just like, can't do it anymore. I don't know.
That's
Nick, maybe
probably
you're
it.
just not gay enough.
Maybe I need to be gayer. I didn't have my glitter on this week. That's why.
That's why.
Last week I had facial glitter, so that's what I was missing. So
is that what we call it now? Oh, for the cheer competition. I'm sorry.
yeah. For school stuff, we have to call it facial glitter. And that's the topic or the highlight of the episode. We did good. It was fun. There was 8 teams of minis there. Like that's a lot of first and second graders cheering.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like ours, I think our difficulty level of music that we had was a lot harder. Some other schools decided to choose a 1-minute song. We went with 2 minutes.
Oh.
So to be fair, I feel like we had.
So you bored the judges.
We had better music. We had Disney music.
Okay.
We're the only
All
one,
right.
and we're the only ones too that had Disney music. So let me picture it. 2024 at a cheerleading competition. All these kids that are in first and second grade, they're doing remixes of like Gwen Stefani, Britney Spears, Spice Girls.
Great Escape.
And there was not that. That would have been a good one. Maybe we'll change it for this weekend.
Please. You'll get seventh place at least.
We did Disney, and it was like a Disney medley of fun songs. And
This was your first problem. You're playing Disney songs in a red state. Republicans hate Disney.
but Ohio people love Disney.
Is that part of your contract of being earmarked? You have to
Yeah.
work Disney United?
I have to work Disney and wherever I can. So yeah, it was hard to tell the kids that we didn't win a trophy. They all got participation awards. It's all about having fun, and as long as we had fun, it was all that mattered. And I have some awesome videos of me dancing with the kids while we're waiting for the announcements to be called. We had lots of meltdowns that morning. Kids were crying because their makeup itched, or they just wanted to see their parents, or
Someone looked at them funny.
somebody looked. Yeah, it was everything, anything and everything. So it's been a struggle, but it's been a fun journey. Hopefully we have our very last competition this weekend, and it is on Piper's birthday, which is amazing. So I feel like that should be a bonus point there. But
You have to lie and tell her they came in first.
yeah, I'm just gonna tell her, and I'll buy her a trophy. Can somebody Amazon me one real quick? Like, it's getting delivered to our house. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I'm sad because this next competition is our very last cheerleading for the season. So we'll be taking a break until next summer.
You've only had 3.
We had 3 competitions, but we did the entire football season too.
Oh, okay.
So it was football season and a competition. Now they're getting the basketball season, which we're taking a break because I need a life a little bit. I missed having friends, talking to you guys. I feel like I haven't seen you in months because of cheerleading has evolved my life, my daughter's life. So I'm excited for a break, but I'm loving it though. It's been
Awesome.
fun.
Well, enjoy that break.
Thank you. I will enjoy it while I can, and hopefully I'm still allowed to be gay after January 20th. So
I hope so.
stay tuned.
All right, let's check in with Giles Garman, see what's up with him.
And now it's time for The More You Know. And here's your host, Giles Garman.
Hello, Giles Garman here, letting you know that on the next episode of Into the Disneyverse, you can hear all about the first ever films made by Walt Disney. That's right, before there was a mouse, there was a rabbit, and before there was a rabbit, there was a cat. And before that, well, you'll have to listen to the episode of Into the Disneyverse to find out all about that. One of the interesting things noted about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is how often he tries to find romantic connections with individuals other than his direct romantic connection in the film. It's the type of thing that you often need to take off the summer to try to figure out.
We're getting side railed.
As a reminder, you can go ahead and check out Into the Disneyverse on all podcasting platforms. That's DIZNEYVERSE. And that's all from me, Giles Garman.
Thank you, Giles Garman. And you can check out Chris and Game Master Ryan and Sophisticated Gentleman and Alex, our producer, on every episode of the Disneyverse. So, Sarah, right before we started recording, you had some excitement in your neighborhood.
I got very excited because I thought I heard the ice cream truck, which only comes on Thursdays. So it was going to be an anomaly, but I was very excited for it.
Sarah, it sounds like you got ice cream cucked.
They tricked you.
Yeah.
They did.
So was it there? No. So no, we didn't have an ice cream
No,
truck?
Lewis had some music playing that I still
ruined
want to
it.
know what it was that it made me think it was the ice cream truck.
Gasolina by Daddy Yankee.
but no, I know that one real well.
So, Sarah, what is your go-to ice cream?
Chocolate ice cream, peanut butter sauce, hot fudge, chocolate sprinkles.
from the ice cream truck.
What?
Yes.
I've never heard of an ice cream truck that has like soft serve. Usually they pass out like plastic popsicles.
No. Okay, so we have an ice cream shop that's around the corner from us, and they make homemade ice cream. And one night out of the week, they have the truck that goes around.
Ooh.
And this
amazing.
is just another reason why I love that we moved out here, because we don't get ice cream trucks in apartment complexes.
So Sarah just waits for her cream one day a week. Got it.
First of all, I don't have to wait for anything. Okay, just look up and I got it.
7 days a week. as she sips her coffee or whatever with like a frog like spread eagle on her cup there. What's going on with that?
Actually, that does look a little funny now that we're looking at it like that.
It's
It is
a
a frog.
coquille.
It's a
but in the
frog.
bedroom, it's a coquille. That was a really bad joke. I'm sorry.
It's
No, I
fine.
mean, it was accurate. It works.
I need this kind of excitement of ice cream in my life. Like, I would get excited for that ice cream truck. Ours is like a creepy old van that drives around playing creepy music, selling a popsicle with gumballs for the eyeballs.
I love those though. The SpongeBob one or the Captain America one.
Did when
The
I was
Spider-Man.
6.
Yeah,
And
Spider-Man.
didn't have.
Yeah, it's because Spider-Man has 2 gumballs.
And the face is always like the one gumball's like up here and the other one's like down here.
Yeah, it melted at one
It's fine.
point.
It's fine. I'm fine with that. And the flavoring is so good. It's not like your regular popsicle that's like watered down. This is like, I don't know, like frozen frosting. It's amazing.
Sarah's sounds better. What other do they? So is it like a full ice cream bar basically then?
Like everything. Ice cream sandwiches, homemade,
We need
shakes, root beer floats, like the whole thing. They even do like homemade ice cream tacos. I
What?
think those have it named, don't they?
Choco
There's an
tacos?
Chocolate
Choco
taco?
tacos. So they have like homemade ones. Yes.
And if you want to book your trip to Florida, contact me at St. Piper Vacations because I am about to head down there just for this ice cream.
There you go. And only 45 minutes from Disney, so you know.
It's a win-win.
You gotta add that in there. We know this.
I'll hear there's one specific ice cream truck that comes in my neighborhood that plays like the traditional ice cream truck song, but it's like a remix. And it's like the I'm not a very good beatboxer, but that's essentially the song.
That's like the TikTok remix of Beethoven or Mozart or whoever.
Yeah, exactly. The song's Fleas, but it's a remix. It's a TikTok version of it. So when I know that one's there, I turn off all my lights. I pretend I'm not home because I did go outside for that one time. And the cheapest thing they had was like $20.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But it was like acai bowls, but it was so good. It was
But
so
that's why they're
freaking
driving
good.
through your neighborhood.
That's true. That's true. They don't have any Choco Tacos on that truck.
God, I would kill for a Choco Taco.
I know.
I'm depressed.
Who isn't depressed right now?
Nick, what's your go-to ice cream on the ice cream truck?
I mean, if we're talking Sarah's ice cream truck, that's like chocolate peanut butter is my flavor. I don't know. I like the classic, like the red, white, and blue ones.
Oh, the firecracker ones?
The bomb pops.
Yeah.
Oh, the bomb pops. Yeah.
Who's
Are you allowed to say
the
bomb
adult
pop?
here? Well, no, we're never mind. I can't
Either
say
that
it.
or I like a good ice cream sandwich, but our ice cream sandwiches are like the pre-made ones. So they're not fancy.
Oh,
like
yeah,
yours.
not the homemade.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, you can only pick one because I know your go-to would be yes or just the ice cream truck. What is your one? Gun to your head, you can only pick one.
Chocolate milkshake.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a milkshake guy.
Does it bring all the boys to the yard?
I try.
Damn right.
I try my hard. I try my
I'm a
damnedest.
milkshake guy too, Chris. My
Yeah,
favorite time of
huge
year is
milkshake
around
guy.
St. Patrick's Day at McDonald's.
Oh my gosh, the Shamrock Shake. My sister texts me
Christmas time.
as soon as it's there. Shamrock Shake. I also
It's just
I could
green.
eat peanut butter from the jar. So I love getting peanut butter milkshakes with vanilla ice cream. So it just tastes like I'm drinking a peanut butter jar. A peanut butter jar.
A peanut butter jar.
A jar of peanut butter. There we go.
A jar of peanut butter?
I almost had it.
Sarah, you don't like the Shamrock Shake?
No, because I don't like that mint syrup that they add.
I'm a whore for it.
Well, that mint syrup doesn't like you either.
Like, well, then that's fine because screw the Shamrock Shake. I would
definitely screw a Shamrock Shake. I'm a Shamrock Shake slut.
Chick-fil-A peppermint milkshake with the chunks of peppermint in it. Come on, guys.
Very homophobic.
I know. I'm not allowed to shop at Hobby Lobby because they're anti-Semitic, but
sometimes you walk in.
There are certain reasons that we go to certain places, and Chick-fil-A's got the peppermint milkshake.
Those Christians make great chicken.
Yeah, they do.
I tried the Shamrock Shake for the first time last year since I was probably a teenager. It's awful. I don't remember it being... I thought it was good. I remember when it was good, but maybe it's just because... Is it the one time a year that the shake machine works?
Oh, I only get one a year because it only works for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, okay, Chris, are you a McFlurry guy or a milkshake guy?
Milkshake guy all the way. Chocolate milkshake from McDonald's is like the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden for me. That's my vegetable, by the way. Ice cream.
Yeah, but then the ice cream sundaes at McDonald's are not that good.
I love them. The hot fudge sundaes. Hot fudge sundaes from McDonald's are elite. But also, I don't know if this makes me a little gay or not. Maybe not because it's cold, but I love that feeling of the milkshake sliding down my throat. Like I have to chug milkshakes. I love chugging the milkshakes, getting the feeling.
Well,
I sacrifice the brain freeze.
Usually it's warm when it goes down the back of your throat, Chris.
And then I get a tummy ache. But it's all part of the experience, and I love it.
Tummy ache.
Back of my throat. Maybe I'm not that gay.
No, if it's cold, you're not gay.
Okay, all right, cool. So, I mean, not cool. I'm not homophobic, but I mean, like, I would definitely be open. I mean, because I'm not homophobic. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
you have a gay friend.
I have a gay friend.
You guys ready to play Jersey Man, Florida Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess I don't like ice cream.
To be honest, Scott probably forgot you were here.
You did too.
Wouldn't be the first.
That makes me feel better this time.
Whether flipping a fan boat or crashing a truck, these states are filled with people who suck. So it's time for us to play New Jersey Man versus Florida Man.
Every week, Game Master Ryan brings us 2 news stories. One is from New Jersey, one is from Florida. It is up to us to decide which one is which. Take it away, Ryan.
Hi, this is Ryan, your in-the-field news reporter for the Parents Night Out news team, and I am live in the streets getting people's reaction to the 2024 election. How about you, sir, apparently still dressed in your Halloween costume as Gru from Despicable Me? You look upset. Are you upset from the recent election, or what is bothering you?
I'm Scott. I've got 3 kids. I've got 2 baby mamas. I'm divorced, but also I'm kind of an idiot.
Wow, that's a lot to take in there. I'd be sad and depressed too. You also mentioned that you had a podcast. What was the name of that podcast, sir?
Large Wallace and his squad.
Well, by the looks of it, it looks like you're playing Wallace in that particular program. Sir, were you happy with the way the election went this year?
That's a $750,000 home behind us.
Well, geez, sir, you could have just said yes. You didn't have to brag about how big your house is. Well, how do you feel about those that voted for Kamala, sir?
Dum-dums and the suckers.
Well, that's about as mature as I expected you to be. So how did you celebrate with Trump's win?
Swans in my face.
All right, well, that's one way to celebrate. I don't think too many Trump supporters celebrated that way, but you do you. We're going to move on to this homeless-looking Peter Dinklage over here. So just for starters, do you have any clean underwear?
They're pretty crusty, I'm not going to lie.
Of course, sir. The listeners at home can hear how smelly those are. Surely you're unemployed. So who did you work for before you became homeless?
Barman Bailey Circus, which is like been canceled.
I see. That makes absolutely perfect sense. Do you want to share who you voted for this year?
Large Wallace and his squad.
Again with this large Wallace guy. Anyway, sir, I can't stand to look at you anymore, so we're going to move ahead to this nice Jewish lady over here. Ma'am, what did you think about the election? Oh, great. Not this again. Man, she's about as talkative as Kamala Harris was after she found out she lost to Trump. Last time I heard of someone taking so long to address their supporters was when Scott lost to a ghost podcast in Orlando Weekly. Anyways, that's enough of this election stuff. Let's get into this week's Florida Man or Jersey Man. And for our first story, a man is arrested for throwing rocks at vehicles. And for our second story, a man robs a donut shop for $7.
Okay. First of all, why are we talking about Large Wallace? What is that from? Was that AI? Was that AI?
I think it was AI because it was both of us saying the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah. ChatGPT just told me it was AI. It's crazy.
All right, so we've got rocks being thrown.
Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies. He said. Beanie
Babies. I completely forgot about the Beanie Baby conversation. All right, so we've got throwing rocks at cars and then stealing donuts for $7. Darren, what are your thoughts?
Mint chocolate chip. But the donut shop was Florida because that was me actually stealing money to go buy ice cream.
Because your dad never bought it for you.
Nick?
I'm definitely going to say donut shop Florida. But I don't feel like they need... I feel like $7. How much is marijuana down there? Probably
$7.
Is it $7? I'm gonna go. Yeah, donuts, Florida.
Sarah?
Not on the streets. Listen, $7. I still go donut shop, Florida.
And Chris?
I gotta go rock throwing New Jersey because that's just something we do here. It's ingrained in our culture.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. This is a tough one because we don't have a whole lot of donut shops except for in Tallahassee. There's a ton in Tallahassee.
Dunkin' Donuts.
We have donut shops all over the place.
Or Krispy Kreme?
Yeah, what?
You should know.
No.
We have one Krispy Kreme.
No, we don't have just one Krispy Kreme.
There's
The
a
one
really
on
good Krispy Kreme in
Kreme's all over the
Ohio.
place. Dunkin' Donuts. We've got Voodoo Donuts.
Oh, we have a
at
lot
City
of
Walk.
We have a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. I forgot about Dunkin'. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go donuts for $7. Jersey, Rocks, Florida. Let's find out the answer.
So our first story is from Florida, where a 28-year-old man is arrested after police said that he threw rocks at random vehicles. According to the report, a man was hit in the side of the face with a rock and crashed into a wall. This man also might have hit Scott's car with a rock, but the car is so dilapidated that insurance said it may have actually gained value over it. So that means our second story is from New Jersey, where police are on the lookout for a Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru robber that got away with $7 and the employee's cell phone. Police are saying this is almost as awkward as when J.D. Vance went to a donut shop. And in other news, in New York City, there is an outbreak of ringworm. Apparently, a lot of ringworm is being found in private places on gay men. Coincidentally, Nick was dressed as a ringworm for Halloween. That's it from me this week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
If you guys haven't watched the JD Vance in a donut or in a bakery video that Ryan referenced, please watch it. Do yourself a favor and watch it. It is 4 minutes of the most awkward encounters that you'll ever see in your life.
I will have to watch it.
Good one.
That's good.
Darren, you wanted to talk about something tonight.
Yeah. So the other night I was depressed because we put down our dog. And I was, yeah. So I was like, best thing to do, go out, go drink, go eat tacos. So I went out to a taco place, and the tacos were so hot, I farted and then just holed right through my pants all the way through. Not even joking. And I was like, it just went
Not
out.
even
Like,
joking. Not even an exaggeration.
it's not an exaggeration. The hole was like this big. I could fit my entire fist through the hole.
You know that
I wish this
SpaceX
was a
launch the
joke.
other night? That was me.
Well, and the worst part is I was intoxicated and I was freeballing it. So I was just,
What? That's a thing?
everything was out.
Was there a reason why you're freeballing it? Like, what's the decision making that goes into freeballing?
Well, I was at home all day because it just, again, sad. Knew
I know the
was
dog
getting-
died.
yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I get it.
So just didn't want to get dressed that day.
I think my dog died. I'm not going to wear underwear today. So that's what goes into it. That's fair. That's fair.
None of this story is an exaggeration, by the way.
I wish it was an exaggeration. I have the picture somewhere. I just can't show it.
I am, Chris, I am hyperventilating, like collapsed on the floor where my dog once laid. I can barely breathe. My eyes are swollen.
That's just
shut
because of your
from
health.
crying.
I say that's a typical day for you.
My eyes are
couldn't get up.
swollen shut. And Darren's like, y'all good? I'm going to go get some tacos. I can't be here anymore. Like, he abandoned the ship like right before it
Like
sank.
father,
He's
like
like,
son.
He's like, there's one more life raft. I'm out.
I had to go get some milk. I'd be back.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, you got any Cliff Notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
Big headline in the news today was that this is real, by the way. Spirit airline flight was hit by gunfire by a Haitian gang. Now, I'm sorry, but how'd that even make the news? That has to be like the most least surprising headline. That's part of the fine print when you fly Spirit and to Haiti.
Right?
Is that your vehicle, your plane may be struck by Haitian gang gunfire.
Are they still cannibals?
Well, I think that's what they were hunting. I think that's what they were doing.
They're like, oh, a bunch of people.
They're usually the fat ones. Anyway, so, Scott assumed that I was a helicopter parent, and he couldn't have been any more wrong. Now, literally, the only people that were more wrong was every single pollster in America up until the day of the election.
Wow.
Nick talked about how his rights could be potentially taken away. Now, in consolation of that, Nick, I would like to give you the right to my heart. Now, just don't tell anyone I could get arrested. But then again, if I do get arrested, maybe I can run for president. So maybe we should let the cat out of the bag or out of the urn. Kamala Harris lost the presidential election last Tuesday. The only thing more dead than her campaign is Scott. Never mind. I have to save this one for the next couple of weeks.
Oh my God.
I'm laughing through the pain.
Sarah got insanely excited when she thought she heard an ice cream truck. I haven't seen someone that excited to get creams since my blind date with Nick.
The glory hole.
JD Vance went on Joe Rogan and said that he wouldn't be surprised if he and Trump won the vote of the, quote, normal gays. Turns out that the normal gays did not win in the presidency. He has actually the normal racists. And lastly, Tim Walz now needs a job since he's no longer the vice presidential candidate. So it's probably why he gained 75 pounds and started hosting Parents' Night Out. And those are my Cliff Notes.
Thank you so much, Chris.
You're welcome. I love when you have to say thank you at the end.
Nick, what do you got coming up this week with Piper?
So Piper's birthday is on Sunday, so she turns 7.
Oh my gosh, 7.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so it's crazy to think that she's going to be that old already, I guess. Is it old? It's old for her. So we're having a birthday party on Saturday. It's a mermaid theme, so we're inviting all of her cheerleading friends. So I will be very stoned and intoxicated. And I'll report back next week.
Sarah, what do you got going on with the girls this week?
Oh, I don't know, actually. That's to be determined because now our Wednesdays are open. So,
R.I.P. our Wednesdays.
to be determined.
Chris, what do you do with the family this week?
So we have a follow-up with a gastroenterologist for my daughter. Hopefully we can get her off this $40 formula and put her down to like some string beans or something. I don't know. I'm learning as I go, Scott.
Yeah,
She's
I
old
think
enough to eat solids now, I think.
No, it's too early.
I'll ask ChatGPT. I'm gonna delete that one. It's probably wrong here. Anyway, so that's what we'll be doing this week. Saturday we're doing something, but I totally forget. So do have to ask the wife what we're doing Saturday because she gets very infuriated with me when I forget plans. But if someone were to write them on the calendar, I would never forget these things, right? Right? Anyway, I digress.
Okay, Alex, maybe cut that. I don't know. Darren, you got anything exciting coming up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go visit your other daughter that you don't see or talk to.
All right. Well, on that note,
tell her Scott said hi. Then you don't have to visit.
Chris, thoughts and prayers for your new expensive car. I heard it broke down this week. Hopefully it's better now.
Thank you. It's a sore subject, but
I know.
Really insensitive of you.
Darren, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on Instagram under Darren_Maffei, and then it'll have a link tree to all of my other accounts.
Alex?
Just look up Disneyverse on all social media platforms, DIZNEYVERSE, and check out our episodes dropping every Monday.
Nick?
You can find me on social media on all platforms at Sandpiper Vacations and on Instagram at Emotional Supports Gay Nick.
Sarah?
You can find me on the Instagram and the whatnot at Old Soul Thrift.
Chris?
You can find me on the front line battling an army of fleas, but I'm not doing that. You can find me on Instagram at Chris Yama and on whatnot at Chris Yama.
And you can connect with all of our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. From there, you can check out our really sweet merchandise, including dry fit t-shirts. We have dry fit t-shirts now for the hot summer theme park days here in Florida. Also, you can join our clubhouse for as low as $2 a month, get exclusive access to cutting room floor, early release episodes, and all sorts of fun prizes and whatnot. And if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple, make sure you leave us a review and a 5-star rating. It really helps us out with the algorithm, and we love that kind of stuff. And don't forget to check us out every Monday night on the YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On behalf of Giles Garman, Game Master Ryan, our producer Alex, Darren.com, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you later, Poopy Bus.
No new friends, just the old and the bold in the world